Is that a Polaroid camera?
Yeah.
Damn. Can you find?
No.
You can't find any.
I probably could look online now, but they don't sell in the stores no more.
Like Amazon.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go to a flea market.
Where's the flea market at?
I don't know.
I always heard about those, but I don't even know what. I don't know if I've ever been to a flea market.
I feel like that's just one of those words that people throw out there, but no one knows what it is.
Is that the same as black market?
No.
Like black market. What's the black market?
The black market's is like underground market.
Yeah. So where would you find that at? Like Chinatown or some shit? I'm sure L.A., but where in L.A.?
Like if someone has a bootleg TV they want to sell you, that's black market.
Right, like a cable box. You can get all the illegal channels.
That's like black market. Drugs, that's all black market.
Yeah, but wouldn't cops be undercover at those places?
They try. But like a flea market,
I feel like it's like Backpage.
A flea market is like what's the place called? The freaking swap meet. It's like swap meet. It's just another.
Is a flea market another name for like a swap meet?
Yeah.
Flea market. I wonder where they get flea. I need to Google this.
Probably because they sold like couches and the couches had fleas on them.
What? That probably is stuff stupid like that too. That'd be hilarious. Fleas.
Or they sold clothes and like
flea market. Or maybe it's because you just buy something and you just flee.
That could be it. Like a quick transaction.
Flea. Or maybe it's like we're like fleas. We're just all over the place. Just grabbing stuff like a Walmart. Yeah. Walmart could be a flea market.
Yeah. Yeah. Walmart
or Kmart.
Dude, I heard some Targets are closing because they can't compete with Walmart.
Seriously? You know what?
Yeah.
I've been having this. This is like a huge debate going on. I asked this on Facebook. I said Target or Walmart. And it was kind of 50-50. A lot of people were saying, I felt like they were saying Target. I seen a lot of Targets, but because Target's like, what's the equivalent? Target's like nicer. And it's less crowded.
Yeah.
The stuff isn't thrown all over the place.
Yeah.
It's more like, it's just like well organized. And Walmart, everybody's there. And they got that site, that Walmart site where you see all the ghetto people.
Yeah.
Like you really see those people.
Yeah.
This isn't makeup. Yeah, this isn't made up. I need to start posting some pictures of that site. But I don't like Walmart. I hope they don't close Target.
The Target over there off of what is that? Canyon Springs Parkway. That's like becoming a Walmart now.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. They got like one line open. The person like doesn't care about being there.
Yeah.
They ring up like one thing at a time. They take forever. It's like you got a long ass line just because you want to go in there and buy like some face wash or something.
Yeah.
And the last 4 times I've been in there, it's like I'd rather go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Walmart in years, but I'm like, dude, Walmart has to be a little bit better than this.
That's funny because I stopped going to that Target just because of those reasons, and then the Walmart on this side of town is nicer than the Walmart on that side of town. So it's like that side of town.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like kind of messed up.
It's like they're just getting all the rejects now.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
But that's the Target.
I hope they don't get rid of Target though.
That's the Target where I saw that little man. And I thought it was a little kid.
What's up, little fella?
Yeah, and then
he rubbed the top of his head.
Then he walked by and he had a big ass neck tattoo. I was like, "Dude, you're 43 years old, man."
Yeah, I had gray hair in his goatee.
See, that's what happens when I don't wear my glasses at night.
So he all had construction boots on. Rips in his jeans. Put out a fat leather wallet.
You know what made me think he was a little kid even more is he had like a Lakers jersey on.
Yeah.
But it was like one of the old school jerseys.
Right.
So it was like the screen printed ones. It wasn't like the authentic one. So I thought from far away I thought it was like an NJB jersey. But then when I got close, when he started walking towards me, then I saw that it was a Laker jersey.
Yeah, you just took me back to the NJB days. I know exactly what jersey you're talking about. I wanted to hang those on my wall to show like I accomplished something, and I realized how whack they look, so I took them down. I played like 4 years. I had a career at NJB. I probably still got a picture up at the Shakey's.
Dude, I played 1 year of NJB and it was the worst ever. I always thought like...
You played NJB?
Yeah.
I remember you playing NJB.
I played
I would have known this because I was probably playing the same time because I had a career.
I was on
I was a veteran when you came in.
what was my team? The Pistons.
Seriously?
Yeah, and we used to practice.
What year?
We used to practice. I don't remember the year. We used to practice at Palm.
Middle school, right?
Yeah, Palm is the one right here, right? Up Ironwood.
Yeah.
All right, we used to practice there under the pavilion.
Yeah.
They used to put the hoops down, so we used to practice.
Yeah. I remember playing there.
And we used to play at Valley View.
Yeah.
Valley View were our games, dude. But
yeah, you did play there.
My NJB freaking uniform was too small for me. So
it looked like soccer shorts.
Yeah.
And then you had to tuck the jersey in because they make you tuck it in.
So I was like, the
we
kid
looked so homo back
I was
then.
like the kid that was like too big for his uniform, but I was still like running around, try to dribble.
Hey, what was your team?
Pistons.
So you played middle school?
No, it wasn't middle school.
Oh, elementary?
I think it was elementary school.
Alright.
I think it might have been like 5th grade.
I was playing around the same time.
Fourth or 5th grade. Yeah, I played 1 year and then I didn't like it.
Because your outfit was too tight?
My outfit was
you were getting chafing.
Dude, it was too
You're chafing
tight.
between your legs.
And then I didn't like practicing because that under the pavilion was so dusty. You used to like slip all the time.
Yeah.
They never swept it.
To this day, that court is still slippery.
Yeah. So you used to slip all the time. So like the coach would get mad at like all the kids because we would like try to like pivot and he'd be like do suicides and like half the kids would like get to the first line and fall and then like you get to the next line and you fall and he just thought we were being lazy.
Dude, that court sucks.
Yeah.
I just took Kai over there not too long ago and we just walked right past that court. Took him right to the outside court. Yeah. Dude, they fixed that school up. There's no more blacktop. They got cement on the basketball courts. Every court had nets. They put a fence around the track. Remember how you could sneak into the gate over there because it was broke? They fixed it. And then if you go to the front of the school, you could just walk right down. They gated that whole thing. It's all fenced, everything. And they got a big ass fat security guard who comes and checks every now and then. Yeah, we had to hop the fence and go over there. It's all nice. The baseball, they got 3 backstops. Like they put some crazy money into that school, which is good. I guess that's a good thing.
Will you get in trouble if you play?
Well, we snuck past him. Like we were just finishing up when he came. Yeah. And so we waited for him. He started opening the lock to go in, and we ducked down a little bit, and then we just started hopping. We hopped the fence. George thought he had a ticket on his car because we saw something on the windshield as we were walking up. We're like, fuck, he got us. And then as we got closer, he was like, nah, he didn't get us. Because we were the only car in the parking lot. Yeah. I told his ass I wanted him to park on the street, but yeah, it was. And I figured if we ran, he was not going to chase us because he's fat. So, but we waited a little bit.
What if he was one of those quick fat dudes?
Yeah, no, that would have been all bad. It would have been every man for himself. Sorry, Kai. I'd have stiff armed somebody. Yeah, we ended up getting away.
Who's that fat dude? What if like Faison Love? What's his name? Faison?
Yeah, the fat dude from the New Edition.
What if he could run like a 4.5 40? Like he was just quick.
Dude, can you imagine? You think you're gonna get away from his ass, so you're like talking shit.
You're like, later, fat boy.
Yeah.
You start running, and he's like, oh hell no. Then he just catches you.
That should be in the movie. That would be bad. You be running all laughing, and then he just running right beside you. What'd you say? What'd you say, bitch? Yeah, that'd be funny. You know what? I'm so slow right now. I think a fat cop would catch me. The way I'm running these days.
I think I could get away for at least 10 feet, and then I'm gonna run out of wind. I'm gonna get tired real quick.
When we were hopping that fence, we tried to be fast. Bro, tell me why it took 5 minutes to hop the fence. My son was like, come on, Dad. I was like, Dad, shut up, punk. Let me show you how we used to do this. I mean, I was slow as shit. And I did it like the old people way, like where you climb over and put your leg over, one leg over, and then you hurt your balls trying to get, and then you get stuck, your shirt gets caught. Bro, it was bad. Like if a dog was chasing me, he would have got my ass.
I get scared when I gotta jump down, cause then I'm like, fuck, I'm about to fuck up my knees.
Oh, I don't jump down no
my
more.
Ankles.
I do the little. I let your feet slide, and then your face hits the fence. I don't jump no more.
You can jack up your hands too.
If I'll be damned if I hurt myself jumping down the fence and I gotta act like I gotta play it off.
Yeah.
Nah.
Or if you fall,
walk to the car with my limp.
You gotta do a little roll and then get up, start breakdancing. Like, son, I never talked about breakdancing.
Bust out a flare. That's how we used to do it.
That's a good time to learn.
Dang. I wanna go jump a fence just to see if I still got it. Now we're in a trap house. There's gunshots going on outside, so if you hear a pow pow, it's not Soulja Boy. It's actually some gunfight going on outside. Like we're in the hood right now.
Hey, would you call it a pow pow when you're gonna spank?
Pow pow! That's how I say it too. Are you ready for the pow pow? And then they laugh at me. They think I'm joking. Oh, I gotta turn this down, man. This is probably loud on.
Yeah. Hey, what's his name? He's back.
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan?
Bro, you hear what happened to him? His story?
Yeah, he got the car accident.
Yeah. Oh shit! It was a major car accident.
I heard he got a lot of money from that.
Dude, he got like I don't want to be wrong with this. I want to say 200 million around there. And he's good, but nothing happened to him. He's like fine now.
No, I heard he had a long rehab.
No. Yeah, he was like in a coma and all kind of shit. He was like fucked up, but now he's like, there's no like ill effects. Like he's back to telling jokes. I thought, something like that, you'd think he'd be retarded now.
Dude, he's probably fucked up psychologically though.
It seems like, yeah. I mean, it seems like, but just hearing him, I heard him on like the Breakfast Club and stuff. It seems like he's good, man. He's more spiritual now because he thanks God for saving his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
giving him another chance. He even said he said he saw the light, and he said he actually talked to God.
Yeah.
Because that's how deep in a coma he was. Like he actually saw God. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's crazy.
That's a pretty cool. That's intense, man.
I wonder what color Jesus was.
Oh yeah, here you said he's black.
He's black?
No, just playing. I don't know.
Jesus.
But I think he's black. So. But
well, if you look at like the region he comes from, he has to be on the darker skin.
I think so.
Side than.
Dude, I think, man, this whole
white skin.
This whole white Jesus thing, that came from trying to get people to come to the church, right?
Yeah.
If you throw a white Jesus out there, you're attracting white people because Jesus looks like them.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was all about. Just trying to attract people.
Shoot, you know what? That might be because black people, Mexican people, Asian people, they'll follow like a white person.
Yeah.
But if Jesus was black, Mexicans, whites, Asians wouldn't be so like willing to follow a different colored Jesus the same way as a white.
Probably not.
Like Mexicans and blacks don't generally get along.
I don't like the way that sounded though. But it's not like we follow white people though.
No. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying like other races are more. It's more acceptable to follow like a white person because they've been in power for so long. It's like the norm. Right. It's the norm.
Which is sad to say.
Yeah. But I mean, white people are like, or a white leader, I can say, more people are willing to get behind that than a different.
And then you're going back. This is years
race.
ago.
Yeah.
So back then, it probably was, and there, you had all this white supremacy going on, so it made more sense.
Yeah.
You know, and then there was
get blue eyes.
They're the majority anyway, so that was like you. Exactly.
Every
blue
church
eyes?
Doesn't have the same looking Jesus either.
True.
Some like Jesus is ripped depending on what.
I know some of the churches I go to. He's a little darker and darker and darker.
he's super skinny like in some churches.
Yeah.
He's blonde hair in some churches.
Yeah.
Blue eyes.
Fucking blue eyes. Where the fuck you get blue eyes from? Yeah. He been in the water too long?
You know what's funny? Every person I know from that region, like Israel, Palestine, Arab nations, like where North Africa, where Jesus somewhere like should have originated and been in that area.
Yeah.
None of them are white. Like even the ones that stay out of the sun, they're not white.
Mm-hmm.
They're all a little olive skinned, a little darker.
Exactly.
Dark hair, dark features.
Man, what are you Catholic?
Christian.
Christian?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a class here pretty soon, man. I want to get more into I want to learn about, cause I think I wouldn't these days. I used to always say I was Christian just because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Everybody I know is Christian. My mom and dad is Christian.
Yeah.
And I just thought, just like you're saying, just like I would say I'm a Democrat. Like it's just something to say because I thought. But now as I do more research and I want to learn about all the different religions.
Dude, I just got this new book. I just got it today actually. I haven't been able to listen to it yet. It's an audio book, but it's a book about religion, and it's what's it called? Let me see.
This is
Misreading Scripture with Western Eyes, and basically what it talks about is how people over time, like in the Western world, have interpreted the Bible to mean what they want it to mean,
right?
And they interpret it as like the time that they're living in, like the words that were actually written in the scripture isn't necessarily what translate into today's world, but today's certain words and different phrases mean something different than what they meant back then.
Right.
So the interpretation of the scripture in the Bible is completely different looking at it now.
That's why you got to have Bible study all the time, and people and the pastor has to like actually explain it and break it down and put it in, well, how do you call it? Like put it in layman's terms for us.
Yeah. It's really crazy because what drew me to it is the like analysis that they had of it before I bought it, that you could read like what exactly it goes over, and it was just saying like how different phrases in the Bible, like women should dress modestly. Peter said that, but actually what it meant back then is like don't dress in fancy clothes, don't dress in like show off your wealth, don't like flaunt it out there.
Right.
But today, like if you say like a woman to dress modestly, you're thinking like, oh, don't like show your ass, don't wear like short skirts, like, you know, be fully covered and stuff. But that's not necessarily what it meant.
Right.
What it meant back then. So I don't know. It's gonna be pretty interesting to see exactly what it talks about. I'm kind of.
What's that book called?
Let me see. Misreading Scripture with Western Eyes: Removing Cultural Blinders to Better Understand the Bible.
Oh, okay. Who wrote that?
By E. Randolph Richards, Brandon J. O'Brien, narrated by Alan Robertson.
Nice.
Dude, those are the whitest sounding names ever.
Like Bryant Gumbel. And that's not even a white dude.
That's the first name you thought of.
Clifford.
Like Donald J. Trump. Hey, you ever change your voice? You ever change your voice depending on who you're around? Are you around a bunch of white people? You ever change your voice?
I used to do that. You know what?
Change their voice?
I caught myself doing it, and I was using words like stoked. Oh, I'm stoked. And I was using like, it's myself doing it like a while ago, and I corrected it. I was like, why am I acting different when I'm around different company? So I stopped that shit because I noticed it one time. I was like, did I just say stoked? Yeah, like, when the fuck did I ever say stoked? I think dope translates to any different culture.
I caught myself after a couple of days. I was hanging out with like a bunch of Mexicans for like a week straight.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I started saying Holmes out of like nowhere. I was like, I'd never say Holmes. Pretty soon I was like,
dude,
hey, Holmes.
I do that too.
What's up,
I
Holmes?
say like, now that I stopped, I use word. A lot of the stuff translates like brother.
Yeah.
I call people brother, or bro.
Bro.
Like bro, I think bro used to be a white. That was the white people.
Yeah. That was like a motocross thing, like bro.
Yeah.
But now, like, I think white people use it as a bad. It's like it's a bad thing for white people. Like
to say,
dude, like if a girl calls like, oh, that's a bro, or like other people call like white people bros, it's like it has a negative connotation to it.
Really?
It's usually like a dude that wears like 2 polo shirts with his collars popped up and the upside down visor.
Right.
Like with the khakis and the boat shoes and stuff. Like they usually call that a bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I would call that like a preppy, like a prep.
This is like.
Is that you're talking about the
like,
preppy look?
It's between like preppy and frat.
Oh, frat boy, yeah.
Yeah, like those are
bro.
bros. Yeah.
I call people bro. I wonder if people take it the wrong way if I call them bro.
Like, okay, if you see like a girl with like bleached blonde hair, like big boobs and a lot of makeup,
right?
They usually call those like bro hoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is new to me.
Yeah, so bro, like, I guess bro really does have a negative connotation.
I guess if you put it that way, if you're especially.
But I think it's only with white people. Like, I mean, unless you got like someone of a different ethnicity trying to act white, and then you can.
So what if
call them a bro?
So this is only if I call a white person bro, they could take offense to it.
Yeah, or if you got like a Mexican trying to act white, or a black person trying to act white.
So like, is that like a white dude? That's like a white dude calling me brother. Cause it I don't take offense to it because I say your brother all the time, and then if he's really close, a real good friend, you're like, thanks brother, like a guy, you know. But then back in the day, you would think if a white dude calls me brother, that's like saying, because that's what you call black guys, like brothers. Yeah. And a white guy would call me brother. I'd be like, back in the day, I'd be like, did he just call me brother? Like, because I'm black. He just call me brother. Like,
no, you can't say it with the ER. It would be with an A, though. Like, brother. I think they
say same brother. Thing. I don't actually, I don't really think there's a difference between brother and brother. I think it's the same thing.
Really?
It's not like nigger and nigga. That's different.
You think so?
Brother and brother?
No. Like, ER and A for the N-word.
What do you mean you think so? What do you mean?
No.
Of course it's different.
I think like if a white person said either one, and they didn't have
well,
like.
Okay, let me put it to you this way.
They didn't have the clout to say it.
Well, if a white person says it, there's no telling how someone would take it. But these days, so many people say it that if I hear a white person say it, I'm thinking he's trying to be cool. He talks like that. Yeah. Because I've heard these kids, I heard little high school kids say it all the time. And they say it with the A. Yeah. So they're not being racist. They're just ignorant. Just like that's just lingo now. Yeah. And if they say it with an ER, that's clearly racial. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so many youngsters say it, and I heard Mexicans say it. White boys say it, like, and then you could tell who they're hanging out with, too. That that's how they talk, man. Yeah. And it's like, wow, you know what I mean? You can't really get mad at them because they're not being racial with it. They're just it's
just slang.
That's really what it turned into. But if they ever use the ER, bam, bam. That's most definitely. Bro word. That's when you hear that, bam.
That's their bro word.
Yeah. I guess I gotta watch out when I say bro now.
No, I don't.
Does it depend on who I'm talking to?
No, I don't think you really. Unless you hang around with like a bunch of white people.
I mean, I know, you know.
I mean, gotta ask a white person, I guess, but that's usually.
I always say bro.
I've heard it used that way, so maybe it's a little bit old.
You know what's funny about that too? I was just talking to somebody about this. We have different handshakes. You ever notice that? Yeah. Okay, so well, actually, Mexicans and white people are kind of similar. They do the slide and then the pound. The slide and the pound. Like slide. Mexicans always do the slide and the pound, and then white people, you got to make sure you either got to give them a gentleman handshake, yeah, or you do the slide and the pound. But then black guys, right? You do you give them a pound, but you don't do the third bump. afterwards. You just do the up, down. That's it. You can't do the third bump because that's not how we do, right? And then when we do the slide, we lock our fingers and then we pat each other on the back. We don't do the slide then the bump.
What about the snap?
Yeah, some people snap. Some people still snap. Like they'll slide and then you gotta lock the fingers because that's a handshake. Yeah. That's how you end it. And then some people snap at the end of it or not. But you don't do the bump afterwards. So sometimes you gotta catch yourself. Like I'm so used to. I work around so many Mexicans, so many white guys. I'll shake the homie's hand and I'll do the bump at the end, and he's not ready for it. So he's like, "Whoa, all right." And I gotta correct myself, dude. This happened to me so many times because like I got the handshakes down, but then you just forget. Yeah. Like you gotta know that stuff. Like I got the handshakes down for sure. It's funny though. It's like a whole different It's just like saying brother and bro and homie.
What happened to just a good old fashioned handshake, like, just a firm handshake? Hey, you ever get like a wet noodle handshake?
Yeah.
Like some dude
I squeeze the fuck out of their hand.
Like a wet noodle.
I don't like when a dude does that. I squeeze the shit out of their hand. And it's like me saying like I don't say it. I don't be like, hey man, you need to firm the handshake up a little. I just squeeze it. That's me letting them know. Cause I want to correct them so when they go to someone else, they get that shit right.
Dude, have you ever had a guy like go like full limp wrist, turn his hand over like?
I had to have it one time.
Like grab your hand.
I had to have it one time.
Like, what do you do?
I crushed his hand.
Oh man.
I think I crushed his hand. He didn't make no like. He didn't make no noise. So I don't know how hard I squeezed it, but I squeezed it pretty hard because I felt like weird about it. Like I wanted to let go real fast, but I squeezed the shit out of it and I let go. Cause I wasn't sure if he was on the other side or not.
He didn't say anything?
But he really came with the wet noodle and like his hand almost was turned over.
Oh, just
like
limp wrist.
Yeah,
like
he almost did it.
Like he was like Princess Diana, like kiss the ring.
I should have slapped it. Man, shake my hand like a man. Dude, I learned my lesson because I got my hand crushed, bro, by this dude. He crushed the fuck out of my hand. Like I wasn't ready for it. And I think I didn't come limp noodle though. I came with like my normal handshake. Yeah. But he was so like strong. He crushed the. Oh my god! I still feel it just talking about it right now.
Like my arthritis.
I had to use my other hand to shake hands for like a month afterwards.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Ever since then, I shake people's hands like firm. Like
my uncle used to shake hands real like strong.
Really?
And he would hold on to your hand too. And if you didn't shake his hand right, like he wouldn't let go. And he would tell you like, "Why didn't you shake my hand like a man?" He'd be like 12 years old, like, "I'm sorry, I'm not as strong."
12
as you.
years old. You got whiskers on your lips.
He will hold on to it, dude. And you like, I remember
that's messed up. That's child abuse.
I remember being on my knees, like, "Please let go." And he used to like hold it, but he used to like grind your knuckles together.
I do that to my son all the time. Yeah, my son hates that.
I'd be like, "Stop, stop." And like he would just hold on to it.
It's nothing you can do either. Hey, that you know he was doing that just to torture you.
He was, but then later on, like once I got a little older and my handshake became stronger, he showed me the secret. There's a way to shake hands to where you can't squeeze the other person's hand.
I know a different
squeeze it.
I know a different tactic, but mine's different from yours. I think
you put your thumb as close to the other person's thumb as you can. And push it all the way against the thumbs, like the two web parts of your fingers.
Right.
You push them together, and you won't be able to squeeze the other person's. Like they can't squeeze your hand, and you can't really squeeze their hand tough.
If they're strong enough, they can still break you down. If you're a 12-year-old boy, you still jack their hand up. But
you'll still get them. But
I see what you're talking about. I had a way. Look, my uncle taught me this because he used to crush my hand and rub my bones together. And he said, if you grab your thumb. And with your left hand, you're shaking it with your right hand. Yeah. You grab your right thumb, and you dig your knuckle into their little soft spot right here. It's a little pressure point right here. Right here. I can feel it right here, just pushing on it. You dig your knuckle in there and turn it into it. Normally they'll let go because it hurts. And I tried it, or he did it on me. Yeah, he jacked me up right here. I still feel it. I'm bruised right here.
Yeah, I see a bruise. You got a deep bruise.
Yeah, it's like a pressure point. I always wanted to learn pressure points, but yeah, I'm trying to get my hand grip strong now, so can't no dude crush me no more. I'm gonna start punking people now. I should start saying that. But you better come get out of here with that wet noodle.
Wet noodle. Damn, so many wet things. Wet noodle.
So many wet things?
Yeah,
What?
Like a wet noodle.
I wish I had a wet thing right now. What is so many wet
A
things?
wet doo-doo puss.
Dude. Conor McGregor.
Dude, that guy
he's
could
turning.
shake a hand.
He's
Especially
turning.
with his left
He's
hand.
turning into an icon, man.
Hey, did you see his pay-per-view interview?
Yeah.
That dude,
I liked
he was saying he had more people at his pay-per-view interview than the UFC had at the same event they were hosting that night. I was like, He was like, I got more people to show up to me talk than the UFC has at their event right now.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Did you hear how much they paid for the tickets too?
No,
I heard a lot of them paid $1,800 tickets.
$1,800.
And if you pay that much, that you could go after the show and talk to them or just take a picture.
Damn.
So you could do all that for $1,800, and then they went lower, under that. But yeah, people were at 5,000.
Dude, okay, all right. Let's just think 5,000 people.
Right.
If $1,800 a ticket. If you just sell 100 tickets at $1,800, that's $18,000. You know he sold more than he probably sold at least 500 at $1,800.
Probably more than that, and they sold out really quick.
Damn! If he sold 1,000 tickets at $1,800, and he might have sold more than that,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Dude, he's turning into an icon, man. And it's funny that his argument about who's he used the term A side, who's on the A side.
Yeah.
When he's talking about Mayweather.
Yeah.
He's making his argument is becoming legit, man.
Dude, his argument's super legit. If you look at the pay-per-view numbers, McGregor's pay-per-view numbers have been steadily in the millions, going up each time. Mayweather says that he's always breaking numbers, but his pay-per-view buys aren't consistent.
Yeah.
Like his last fight with Berto, I don't even think cracked $1 million. It wasn't that many buys. So his numbers aren't consistent. I understand he wants to make more money because he thinks he's the bigger draw, but right now, dude, fucking all of Ireland's gonna watch that fight.
He has
alone.
A whole country behind him, and then he's making all these fans out here. Like I love Conor, man. I call myself the light skinned Conor McGregor, and Mayweather, he is a draw because that's who I want to see Conor fight.
Yeah.
But then his only argument really is money. Oh yeah, he has more money than everybody.
Yeah. But
that's not for you to not pay Conor what he's worth because you're a billionaire, whatever he is.
Yeah.
He's messing up. Because of that, he's not gonna make the fight.
Yeah.
Happen. You know what I mean?
What makes Conor like more likable too is that he's accessible. Like you look at him like you could hang out with that dude. Like he seems like a down to earth type of dude. Like you could have a good time with him. He's down to have a good time.
We're going to Walmart, make it rain.
But like Mayweather, like all he does is talk about money. Like I don't feel like I'd be able to hang out with Mayweather. Like what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't afford a diamond. Blah 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 blah. Let's go shopping. Oh, you can't afford this. Blah, blah, blah.
It'll make you look you look kind of whack.
And
like
I'm like, damn, I don't want to hang out
like
with you no more.
One of the groupies.
Yeah. Walking around with like 50 bodyguards and stuff. Like you can't really hang out with them.
Just listening to that interview, I feel like I'm confident the fight's gonna happen now. Just hearing Conor's side.
Yeah.
And then I heard them talk to Mayweather about the interview, and I'm feeling more confident that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like, but the dude asked him. He was like, cause how Conor said, all we need to do is have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like me and Mayweather can figure it out.
Yeah.
And then the dude asked Mayweather that. And he tried to get the answer from him, but he was kind of dancing around it a little bit.
Mayweather talks like a politician. He
does.
Give you a straight
I hate
answer.
that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do that, man.
McGregor
like, be
will
real
straight
with it.
up. Like, you ask him a question, he'll be like, fuck the UFC.
Fuck, yeah. He spells fuck with an O. Fuck Mayweather.
Yeah.
Fuck. Hey, you know what's funny? Dude, that's why I don't
give a fuck. Like, I'll fight anyone at any time, at any weight. And he's like, he'll do it. He backs it up. Like Mayweather's like,
he even said welterweight.
I want to make the best fights. I'll fight anyone out there. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the numbers have to be right. I have to get paid.
Yeah.
I have to. Blah, blah, blah. And then he like puts all these stipulations on it. McGregor's actually like walking the walk and talking the talk at the same time. Like, you can't have one without the other. You gotta do both in order to be legit.
Exactly.
Because if you just talk about it, but you're not really about it, then it makes you look weak.
And he answered, like, every question correct. Like,
yeah.
He didn't back down from nothing. He said, I'll come back and, I'll see what's what. All these chumps. He's calling everybody pussies and shit. Yeah. Dude, I love that shit, man. Yeah. Like, Mayweather don't talk like that. Mayweather's all about money. Money. Yeah. I get 200, you get 2.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Yeah. Like, fight, bro. That's what... And he knows that's what we all want to see.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a motherfucker out there not watching that fight.
Dude, and the stuff McGregor says, you can't really go against it.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't really say anything that you're like, I don't really agree with that. Like, you agree with all of it. Yeah. You want to see a fighter fight. You want to see the best fights being made. You want to see, like, people step up and not back out because, I'm a little injured or you're injured, so I'm not going to take a fight with someone else because I was training for you, so I'm going to back out also. Like, he's like, put anyone in front of me at any time and let's fight.
And he backs it up every time.
And when he lost, I gained a lot of respect for him because he stood up like a man and was like, I lost. He was like, and he even said in the interview, he was like, I got my ass whooped that night, but I came back and I won. I think he lost the second fight, but he still manned up. He came back, fought, didn't change anything, did it at 170. Yeah. The judges saw it his way, and he won.
I like that he did it at 170 again.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, go down, make it easy. But he wanted to challenge himself and take it really right back there where he lost.
Who's he going to fight in MMA if he doesn't fight Mayweather?
It Khabib or Ferguson.
But are you like...
That makes the most sense.
I don't really know too much about Ferguson. I would want to see Khabib.
Well, whoever wins, actually, it's not going to be like take your pick. Whoever wins, he has to fight him.
But beyond that, like, there's no really like big. Besides, I think if he fights Diaz again, I'll watch that fight for sure.
Well, I would like to see him fight Aldo again.
That'd be a good
Aldo's
fight.
Still Aldo at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even though he got fucked up 13 seconds, he's still Aldo.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about like what sports can you talk shit, or can you tell the truth, and it's talking shit at the same time, but it's some like the kind of shit talking where the other person can't say anything about it is fighting. If you get knocked out, if it goes to a judge's card, then you could be like, oh, the judges saw your side instead of my side. But if you get knocked out cold, you can't come back from that.
Nah,
like,
not really.
If they're like, I knocked your ass out, like they're talking shit, they're stating facts, and you don't have any rebuttal for it. Like, how do you rebut?
I slipped. That's when people. That's when you get Bernard Hopkins. Oh, you didn't see the push? I was pushed. Like when he got pushed out the ring, you saw his last fight, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he clearly that fool got knocked out the ring. This fool gonna say, you didn't see the push? He's all holding the back of his head and shit. Like, dude, I hate when people do that shit. And he's classic for doing that.
Like, I saw that right cross and left uppercut. Yeah. I saw that.
Dude, you know we can rewind, right? You know we got slow motion.
There's not just one angle too. There's like 15 different angles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
people with their camera phones too. Like, it's not just the production crew out there with cameras.
Yeah,
everyone got cameras.
That's just like Aldo, man. Didn't Aldo come up with an excuse? What did he say?
I don't know.
He said some shit, man. Let me remember. He said some shit, bro. In 13-second knockout, there's really nothing you can say.
Yeah.
I got a cramp as I was coming in. But he had some excuse on why he lost.
I was trying to think of other sports where it's kind of the same thing.
It has to be an individual sport. Yeah.
But
tennis.
But see, that's always something you can say, like, oh, my knee was hurting that day. And even if it goes to a decision in fighting, like, oh, my knee was a little messed up, so I didn't have any ground game. Or, oh, I broke my hand, so I couldn't punch. But if you get knocked out, you don't really have any excuse. Like, if you're like, my knee's hurting, like, hey, that's not your chin. Hey, your hand's broken, you can still put it up. Like,
right. I see what you're saying.
Like, you
can't do tennis.
That.
Yeah.
Like, individual sports, other sports that are competitive, you can still talk shit. Yeah. It could be the truth, but the other person can rebut it. They could be like, well, if we played again today, then maybe things would be different because my knee's better. If someone's like, oh, fight me again, you still always got that, like, hey, I knocked your ass out. Like, Bisping Dan Henderson. Henderson
that's
is
gotta
always
be the
gonna
worst,
have,
man.
is always going to have that,
that's
like,
the worst one.
that knockout against them.
Because they still show that in the beginning of the main fights.
Dude, that's his logo.
They show that flying. I love him for making that his logo, dude. He look like a superhero. Dude, I still remember that fight, bro. I was in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay.
I want to buy one of his shirts just to have that logo. Like, dude, that's awesome.
That's a dope logo.
He probably made like $1 million just off of his logo.
I think he won that fight too. The second
last
one. I think Dan Henderson won that one.
Yeah, definitely.
That was for the belt too, right?
Yeah. It's
fixed. A lot of stuff is fixed, man.
They put like, they have how they're supposed to score the fights, but I mean, it's subjective. Like, we can watch the same fight, have the same set of rules. We both know fighting. Yeah. We may not know it to the technical level that some of the judges know it, but we know what we're looking at.
And you have to question some of these judges, man, on how technical they are. Because, like, you listen to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan can just describe someone's fighting style and what he did wrong, what he did right, and he does it to a T. Like, he's so good at it. And I question some of these judges if they actually have that skill set to be like, oh, he landed that. He has ring control right now. You know what I mean? I question a lot of that.
And then you look at the judges. And you're like, dude, you've never even like taken a class. You've never rolled. You've never sparred. You're like, what do you do?
You can't be a judge if you don't have you got to have all kind of martial arts background. To score a fight, man.
They were talking about that the refs should play a big part in judging fights also because they got the best seat in the house.
Right.
And you know how sometimes you hear like, they're like, oh, it depends on the angle of the judge and how they saw the fight because the back was turned this way.
Which
like,
is
dumb. You
just
put a monitor in front of them. If they can't see the action, like, let them watch the monitor. Mm-hmm. And then when they can see the action, then all right, then they look at it. But if you're just looking at someone's back and you're judging a fight based on looking at their back because you can't see the punches being thrown in front of them, like, that's not real judging.
That's important, man. You fucking you're messing up the outcome of the fight because, you know what I mean? Because you don't have a good angle at it.
And fighting is one of those things where it's someone's livelihood. Like, if you lose a fight, your next fight, you might lose out on $100,000 or $1 million if you're a star.
A movie role.
And you got to start out from the bottom all over
exactly.
again. And then if you're the person that didn't win, but you got the decision, then you just bumped up another $100,000 or $1 million or whatever. Or you become a champion because they didn't see the fight the way that it should have been scored.
And I used to, and boxing was really bad. Now I feel like MMA is getting that reputation now. Because you're having all these different, like, just like that, what was a good example? The Dan Henderson, that was a good example to me. I thought Dan Henderson won that one. But what was another one? Tyron Woodley and Wonder Boy. Who do you think won that one?
That one I don't really remember watching that fight too well. I did hear some arguments about it, and one of the good points that I heard was the point system is messed up because you got 10-9 point system, which is usually what it is. Mm-hmm. But like the first round, they scored 10-9, and one judge or two judges scored 10-8. But Woodley
and it was clearly a 10-8 round.
But I mean, Thompson won the next three, but Woodley did more damage in one round than Thompson did in the next three. And Thompson won, like, the next three. I think it was the next 3 or 2 out of 3.
Well, he won 2. Because what's the name beat him up in the 4th round again.
But they should have been able to go back and make that round. Maybe not go back, but maybe a 10-7 or 10-6.
Right.
But that's so rare to see that, like, how could you give him only a 10-9 in the first round when he, like, clearly whooped his ass?
And the ref could have stopped it.
Yeah.
He could have stopped it, too.
He had him, in the choke for, like, 4 minutes and then was on top of him just beating him down?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Like, he had him beat up. Yeah, man. And and then it's the judge. It's not just the judges, it's the ref, too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, granted, it's a big decision to make when you're in that situation. Like, do I stop it or... Just like how I thought... Did you see that last fight? Herb Dean was reffing this last one. It was
Cerrone?
Yeah.
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 Where he stopped the fight.
Did you thought he stopped it?
Yeah.
But then I think he corrected himself.
Yeah.
I don't know what he
No,
did,
he
but
did.
he went like this. He waved his arms.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no!
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, oh wait, stand it around.
Yeah.
Like did that make I didn't get it at first.
He jumped in a whole second before the bell.
Yeah.
But then he heard the bell and then he was like, "Oh, end of the round."
Yeah, what the hell is it? See, that's why I don't know, man. The judge, I mean, what do you call it? The ref plays a big part.
I don't know
too.
if he was maybe anticipating the round ending, and in his head he was like maybe counting to 10, and then was like jumping in where he thought the bell should have been. But I mean, it clearly looks like he stopped the fight before the bell rang.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
But then you look at who it is. It's Herb Dean. He does this.
Yeah.
He even he just had a bout. Yeah.
I saw it.
He looked sloppy. I didn't become an Herb Dean fan after watching that.
I think I could whoop his ass.
Yeah, man, it looks bad. Maybe he's old though.
Yeah.
Is he like freaking like 40 or something?
Out of shape.
That's the only refs I remember is Herb Dean and Big John. They've been doing this shit for years.
Or the little short buff dude. I don't know his name.
Where'd that guy come from, man? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Looks like a damn. He looks like one from the movie Toy Soldiers, or Small Soldiers.
He does. Like the general.
He looks like the general. He looks like a midget Guile.
Yeah, he looks like Guile's stepdad.
Yeah, dude, that guy's super swole. Like, shouldn't he get tested for steroids too?
Yeah, he wears the smallest shirts too.
I swear I saw his armpit hair on the last one.
I saw him try to wave off a fight, but he couldn't because his arms were restricted.
Dang.
His shirt was too small.